What's up, collective? Welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. This is your weekend astrology update for the weekend of June 13th through 14th of 2020. So let's get into it. This weekend, we have the moon moving out of Pisces and into Aries, where it's going to be almost like a sense of energy coming into yourself. Kind of late Saturday, we're going to feel that moon in Aries energy, where the sense of security is going to come from more of a place of action. There's going to be a desire to take action or to move or to kind of discharge some of this energy that maybe has been unpacked or processed through the moon in Pisces area. Now it's like, let's discharge this, let's get going. Now, and I cautioned about this yesterday in my video, that the moon in Aries can bring about this energy, and it can be a very positive thing if you know where you're directing that energy, right? Where you want to direct that action. The moon in Aries wants action. So look at your actions and see, do they seem like they're being like spring loaded from some inner place that's out of alignment and it's just shooting out everywhere? Or is it coming from a place of your inner knowing and your inner truth? Because we did just have the moon come all through Pisces. It went through Aquarius before that. We still have Mars and Neptune over there in Pisces. So there's this element in the air with that energy of surrender. When you have this much Pisces going on up in the stars, a question that comes to mind for myself is, what do I need to surrender to in my life? What piece of my inner knowing, what piece of my inner truth do I have some kind of attachment on that I'm not letting myself surrender into and be cleansed of, so that I can open up space for new direction and new areas to take action and new positive directions in life and new actions that are coming from a more aligned place. And I think this even goes back to tie this into the astrology that we've had building up to all this. We could look at the lunar eclipse, the partial lunar eclipse that we had in Sagittarius, where we were all called to look at and kind of explore some of our old attachments or our old patterns or our old belief systems and see where maybe we had been closed-minded or dogmatic in our approach to a certain situation about life, or been holding on to some kind of toxic situation or toxic belief or toxic pattern that was just revealing itself as something that needed to be released. And now it's kind of, as the moon had come through Pisces, there's a little bit of a reflectory period, especially as it went through its third quarter square yesterday, of okay, let me look at where my actions have felt aligned to what my core beliefs have revealed themselves as throughout this process. Do I feel like I'm making the right decisions in my life at this point? And like I said, this moon in Aries can be really positive because it could be bringing out that clarity of direction, that breadth of, okay, I've got some clarity, I've seen the truth, I'm communicating with my higher self, I'm in touch with my guides, I see the direction, and I'm going to start articulating a plan to get me to where I want to get going. Or it can be that kind of struggling from the lost escapism element as the moon came through Pisces. Maybe there was a refusal to look at some piece of the inner truth and inner knowing that's lending you to more of the variety of like energy, just undirected, not knowing where to go, still feeling lost, still feeling confused. But now there's this hyper agitated element to it because the moon's in Aries wanting to kind of go. So look at yourself and do some reflection if you need to. And if you need to, still take some time and do some grounding meditations. Look at your root chakra. Make sure that you're based and you're grounded in your inner truth and you're solid there. And maybe look to see what's revealed to you there if that's something that you're struggling with. But in any case, let's peek in the cards and see what's going on here for everybody. Okay, so the first card we pulled is the Nine of Pentacles. So Yeah, this is about knowing your worth and knowing your values and making your decisions based out of a place that are in alignment with your worth and in alignment with your values. The woman in this photo or in this card knows her worth, and she stands confident, right? And she stands alone. She doesn't need other people's approval. She doesn't need other people telling her that it's okay and that this is the right direction. She's confident in her own knowing, and she's confident in her own truth. So what's getting in the way for some of us? Okay, so we pulled the Three of Pentacles next as the challenge. So yeah, some of us might feel like things aren't coming together as we thought they were. Things aren't materializing the way that we thought they were. You know, this is when we kind of see the first signs of manifestation. And in Pentacles, it's in a very physical way. A lot of pentacles going on here. So maybe with some money things going on with people right now where they're feeling some kind of lack mentality that's getting in the way of their own financial abundance. But on a more spiritual level, this could be you not seeing things come together as clearly as you wanted them to, or as fast as you wanted them to in a certain situation. I get a sense that a lot of people are trying to like power heal through certain traumas or through certain patterns or through certain past experiences that have been coming up throughout this process. And you can't kind of rush the process with that. There's something to be said with sitting, not necessarily sitting with the pain, but unpacking it a little bit and understanding the source and the motivations, and in that way, and from a more calm perspective, you can dictate some steps to enter into your own healing journey in that way. So be cautious of that. Let's see here. And then we put the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is about stepping off into the unknown. This is about stepping off into new directions and exploring new places and doing so very curiously. And also it's about exploring what you're passionate about, right? We do have the moon in Aries, and this is wands, this is fire. So exploring what you're passionate about and moving into directions that are more stimulating to you, relationships that are more stimulating to you, and environments that are just overall seem to match what the inner core of you is asking for at this moment, because we're all being called to make changes, right? And we're all being called to explore in our own way in these new experiences and be a student. A page is very much a student of life, Page of Wands. So be a student to what's going on around you and be a student to the experiences that you're having and use them to learn more about the world as a whole. But in any case, overall, I think that this energy this weekend can be used in a very positive way, as long as you're not getting stuck in some of those old patterns or behaviors or belief systems or emotions that are coming up and maybe trying to run your life and redirect your will away from the divine guidance that you already have that inner knowing of what it is. But in any case, I love you all so much, and I will be back next week.